What is wire fu? This technique originated in Chinese opera plays and moved into their silver screen adaptations in the 1950s, where martial arts masters, superheroes of yesterday, literally float through the air. Hong Kong cinema of 1970s and 80s used wire for different effect. They pulled a guy off screen to show that the hero really packs a punch. Later, in the 1990s, we saw a return of wuxia with Chinese folk superheroes like Wong Fei Hung or Iron Monkey. The Yuen brothers were the best in the choreography business, and their work was recognized by the Wachowski brothers when they were developing their first mainstream movie. The Matrix brought wire fu to Hollywood. Alongside the reboot of Chinese wuxia movies like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, or Hero, we saw Hollywood stars flying through the air in Charlie's Angels or Kill Bill. Wire fu was everywhere, and audiences got tired of this magic rather quickly. Yet after a few years, wire fu is returning, and it's stronger than ever. How did that happen? Superhero movies are in desperate need of martial arts because superheroes usually don't use guns while fighting. They prefer bare knuckles, and every fight must look spectacular. That is why even the first comic book movies like Blade, X-Men, or Sam Raimi's Spider-Man were in desperate need of good action choreography. Back in China and Hong Kong, there were stunt teams for this very job. They had a separate budget and lots of time to build action scenes from the ground up. Hollywood works on different terms, and there's no time or money to do this in-house. That's why producers seek local stunt people who are able to do pre-visualization by themselves. They deliver turnkey choreography, complete with camera angles and stunt doubles for a director to consider. But where do you find such people? There are several groups able to deliver required quality, mostly young fans of 80s Hong Kong movies, talented martial artists, and seasoned stuntmen. Teams like Zero Gravity or Street People made their own fan films long before YouTube, and they inspired other groups like 1,000 Pounds that already used social networks and online videos to create a buzz. Most of these filmmakers are located in Southern California, close to Hollywood, so it's only natural that talent scouts notice their work and try them out. Remember fight scenes from Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, Kick-Ass, or Kingsman? They were orchestrated by Brad Allen, the first non-Asian member of the famous Jackie Chan's stunt team. Brad learned tricks of the trade from the best of the best. His Hollywood work is top-notch, but Youngblood from California isn't trailing far behind. Let's look at Marvel movies, for instance. You can see that in terms of fight scenes, they are evolving movie after movie. Captain America, in his first movies, was more of a brawler, using hooks and uppercuts, with occasional gymnastics. Winter Soldier brought on board some familiar faces from California, like James Young from 1,000 Pounds, doubling for Bucky Barnes. Aaron Toney from Zero Gravity, doubling for Falcon. And last but not least, Chris Brewster as a more agile and martial artsy Captain America. You can see the change even during the first scene on the boat. Captain's style has better rhythm. He uses roundhouse kicks, and he's dropping enemies with ferocious force. Fights with Winter Soldier are way more intense than we are used to seeing in Marvel movies, and there's a famous elevator fight where tight choreography makes all the difference. Captain America Civil War is going even further by employing Guy de Silva from Zero Gravity for fight scenes with a new superhero called Black Panther. His character does unfiltered martial arts on screen, and that's why producers asked for help. You may remember Chad Stahelski as a fight coordinator on the second and third Matrix, but he also co-directed the awesome action movie John Wick with another stunt veteran, David Leitch. They both helped to create complex action scenes for Civil War. Not only an awesome airport fight, but the whole new fighting styles for Black Panther and Spider-Man. They won't help with future Marvel movies because they're too busy pursuing their own projects, like John Wick 2. But Marvel already has other options like Philip Silvera, who's been working with the studio since Iron Man 3. He's the guy responsible for action in both seasons of Netflix's Daredevil, or a very successful adaptation of Deadpool. It's easy to drift between TV and movies today, even as a stunt person. Chris Brewster, Captain America's stunt double, is doubling as Daredevil's Charlie Cox as well. If you were wondering why Daredevil and Captain America do the same backflip kick, it's because behind the mask, they are the same person. This new generation of stunt people does everything from elaborate action scenes for blockbusters to motion capture for AAA video games. They can use wires like no one before them. They have technology and know-how. So wire fu in Western movies can finally come of age. Marvel's superheroes would never exist without extensive CGI, but it's martial arts and stunts underneath that makes them feel alive. And it all came together 3 decades ago in Hong Kong action cinema. So we can say that Captain America is also somehow made in China. And that's globalization we can approve and applaud.